omulabe wa UNCAVE olunaku olwaleero nze muweerezaawo Fiona Nabatindira Nalongo tukomyewo nate olunaku olwaleero okuyogera ku stress. Olwaleero tugenda kwogera ku stress and management. Naye nga tetunaba kwogera ku stress ne management yaayo, njagala okujjukiza ku Multech Business School. Oyagala ku upgradinga oli wa senior 4, oli wa P7, oli wa senior 6, oyagala kubaayo na professional course gy'osoma, jjangu ku Multech Business School tusangibwa wano Lukesa. Tujja kuba tusanyuka okukulaba ogabule wamu naffe. So olwaleero tugenda kuyogera ku stress management oba stress ne management yaayo. Stress yikyonga nga ekigambo oba stress ng'omulamwa mugazi ddala era munene ddala, naye olwaleero tugenda kuyogera ku ngeri gy'oyinza okwekumakumamu oba ngeri gy'oyinza okumanaginga stress ng'okitegeddeko nti oyinza okuba nga oli affected.
Do you want to gain new employable skills? Come enroll for postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, professional accountancy diplomas, and higher educational certificates. Apply now. Multitech Business School, we are located at Sapolo Kagwa Road, Kampala Campus, Kachiri Campus, and Hoima Campus. Multitech Business School, enabling excellence.
Stress eno kyeki kubanga tuyinza okuba tugamba stress naye nga ekigambo omu ku ffe takikoze ekitakitegedde. Stress a body natural response to demands, pressure, challenges or change that require us to adopt. Ebigambo ebimu biyinza obutamulunguka bulungi mu Luganda naye kitegeeza nti stress yengeri emu kujja turespondingamu ku bintu ebiba bituleetedde okuwulira mu ngeri endala, okugezaako okulivinga in nabyo oba kyetwandiise adoption. Esobola okubeera challenges ng'otuusiddwako obuzibu oreactinze otya ku buzibu obwo obukutuuseeko, endowooza yo ku kizibu ekyo ekikutuuseeko eri etya. Singa endowooza yo ku kizibu ekyo ekikutuuseeko etandika okukukosa ng'ebirowoozo byo byonna biri ku ekyo, tomanyi lunaku lwankyawe enkya lulina kubeesinga ku ndowooza yo ate ng'endowooza yo eri affected ku challenge eyatuuseewo, oba ostandinga chances okugowinga mu stress. Endowooza yo kasita ekwatibwa oba oli stressed. Then bwe tukiraba mu ngeri ya pressure, demand oba ebiruubirirwa byaffe ebya bulijjo bwe biba tebituukiriddwako, biba tebinaba kutuukirizibwa, kigenda kuwa pressure eyo bw'ogiteekako ennyo ebirowoozo otandika okukola ebintu nga tewandibikoledde mu budde bwabyo, papa entunuso ne zikubira kubukubu, osobola okuba stressed ne kikuleetera okufuna ebirwadde ebirala. So tugenda kwogerako ku twemanaginga tutya singa twezuula nga tutandise okufuna empulira zino oba stress. Ne lwakubadde stress eva mu excessive or prolonged, however, when stress becomes excessive or prolonged, it can affect our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Singa stress eno tuba tetugigemye mangu oba singa ebiva mu stress biba tebikoleddwako mangu oba kukugibwa kugenda beyond enkosa y'emibiri gyaffe oba endowooza yaffe, bisobola okutukosa. Tugenda kutunuulira biki ebireeta stress, biki ebituleetera okuwulira embeera eno eya stress. Tulina factors nyingi oba tulina causes nyingi, buli omu asobola okuba ng'alina ebimuleetera stress nga si byebimu bye nnaaba njogeddeko, naye bw'oba okitegedde nga kikuleetera stress osobola okukitegeera. Kati we cannot always control the stressors in our lives, but we can learn to manage our responses to them. Tekitegeeza nti ebitusoomooza oba ebituleetera stress byonna bibeera bigiddwawo mu bulamu bwaffe, bibeera bigenda beerawo bulijjo, wabula tuba tulina okuba ready ku ngeri gye tugenda obyammangamu bireme okutukosa ennyo So, if effective stress management is not about avoiding challenges, it is about developing the skills and support needed to navigate them successfully. Kyekyo kyenjogeddeko. Tutuba tulina okwetunuulira mu ngeri gye tugenda okwenganga ebintu bino ebituleetera okuwulira obubi, ebituleetera okuwulira nga tulowooza nnyo ate nga tetunaba kufuna solution yaakyo. Tuba tunuulira kiki ekiyinza okutuleetera okuba nga tubeera mu mbeera eno. Causes of stress. Causes are very many. There are very many issues that can relate or come up to be termed someone is stressed. But we are going to look at a few of the causes. I may not mention the cause that you know, but as we dig through the conversation, you'll be able to put your point and how you navigated it and how you've been able to manage it. So, we have number one, we have academic and work pressure. Academics. Omwana wo muweeredde tukoze example y'omwana muweeredde senior 6 tugambe oba senior 4 musobola okumpa points ntaddemu buli kimu mutute mu kisulo facilitate nze buli kimu kye beetaaga musobola omwana okumpa points ezimuwa tugambe senior 6 ennungi okusobola olyenjagala oba wa senior 6 ezimuwa grade ennungi for certain course gye nandyetaaza omwana nga akole omwana wange nadisappointinga na performing poorly. The child comes with a poor performance, completely poor performance. With every effort you put, with everything that you have put as a parent or guardian, omwana ono performing bubi. Kiyinza n'okuba ku nze nga I have done my papers at campus. I believe I've done my best. As soon as I fail a certain paper, pushing me to a dead year, I'm going to get stressed about that because I'm repeating the same over financial year, over rather the same year, over semester, whatsoever. So there's academic stress. There is also the work pressure. Work pressure, it can be when you have maybe timelines to make sure reports are done, or when you're going in audits, when everything is required has a gap. Here, there is a lot of pressure that will come with that. There are timelines that will be put, you're failing to meet them, the targets and all that. So there's also that pressure of work. Stress. So we are looking at another point of financial difficulties. Mulimu ebyetaago mu bulamu ebibeera byetaaga ssente oluusi zibuze oluusi bw'obadde ozisuubira tebazikuwadde waliwo ddiiro ezitakutuse lwa bbula lya nsimbi n'ogetinga stressed. Waliwo kye tuyita family and relationship problems. Ebintu bya family ne relationships abamu babifunamu stress. Buli omu mu ngeri ye ali stressed mu ngeri endala. Waliwo kye tuyita cyberbullying, eyo nayo erina stress yaayo. Tulina kye tuyita divorce oba separations, abantu abayawukana mu maka oba mu bufumbo oba ne bwetaba divorce ne babawo separation. Omuntu n'asaba kuwummulako oba oli n'asaba you need a break. Ebiseera ebisinga break emu mulimu gwejja okusanyusa, mulimu gwegenda stressinga. Mulimu separations tugambe nga temunnaba kuba legally married ne mulina abaana and then you people separate at reasons that everyone may have tetumanyi kibaawo but wabaawo ebiseera ebisinga abantu ne bafuna separations ne baleetera stress. Waliwo ekirala kye tuyita family responsibilities, obuvunaanyizibwa obw'amaka abakyala oba abaami abamu bubaleetera stress ennene nnyo. Omuntu n'agamba n'omutwe gugenda kunjabika mpulira stress enzita naye nga buli kimu kyandibadde nti responsibility yo naye nga kikususeeko nakyo kisobola okuleetera stress. Waliwo addictions, oba omuntu okuba nga alina ekintu kyali addicted nakyo nga omusawo oba omuntu yenna amugambye ekikuleetera okuba bwoti kino ne bamugamba kikendeeze sinakindi kiviireko ddala ne kimusstressinga nnyo okuva ku muze ogwo oba okuva ku kintu ekyo, oyo naye asobola okuba stressed. Waliwo omuntu asobola okubeera rejected naye ne kimuwa stress. Eliyo mental health conditions nazo zileeta stress. Eliyo lack of sleep oba poor lifestyle nazo zileeta stress. Eliyo major life changes. Omuntu obadde ku makya olina obulamu bwo bulungi ne bakebera ne bagamba olinamu ekirwadde bwe kiti oli diagnosed for this and you recommended for ABCD, you can get stressed because you are used to a different life, and then here you manage it medically as supported by doctors or whatsoever team that you have. Kijja kuleetera stress. Mulimu osobola olumbibwa endwadde ng'egenda kubanga kyobadde weeyamba tokyasobola kyeyamba, ojja wulira nga oli stressed. Mulimu kye tuyita the low self-esteem gye twayogerako mu one of our topics. Low self-esteem causing us stress. Waliwo ekirala kye tujja okuyita endowooza eri negative, nga ku buli kimu gwe endowoozaayo eri negative. You have a negative mind on everything. Even if you tried to be shown the optimism about being pessimistic, nga tosobola, where you are looking and thinking the negative side. Ebimu bijja ku stressing, though you may ignore, but you continuously will have stress with that mindset of yours. Then, if looking at these causes, the few of the causes that we have, there's also social media pressure. Yeah, see cyberbullying, but also social media pressure. It can also cause stress. For those that have been affected, it can also cause stress. Then, if we have looked through all these causes and more of the causes that you may have, how are we going to manage them? What is the stress management in the first place? And how are you going to manage them? It may be one of the points that we've mentioned, the causes. How are you going to manage it? Because it is stressing, it is causing you stress. Toteredde mu bulamu bwo oli stressed. Stress management chechi, the process of identifying sources of stress and using health strategies to reduce or cope or control its effects. Tugezaako okumanaginga stress eno ereme kutukosa kisuse, ereme kutudrivinga kubanga tetukyasobola kubaamuka abuntu. Kuba stress esobola okusuula eddalu, stress esobola okuleetera ebirowoozo ebitalina kubaawo n'okikola olw'ensonga ngeri gy'owuliramu, n'okubanga olaba tolina ssuubi olw'ekyo ky'oyitamu. So tugezaako okumanaginga ebintu bino singa bibeera bikuleetera okukola ky'otandiyagadde. Oba stress nejula ngo oyagala nakulaluka. Tugenda kumanaginga tutya okubanga tetutuuka ku level eyo. The goal is not to eliminate all stress, but to manage it in ways that protect our health and improve our quality of life. So what are those points that we are going to look at to manage stress? The first point is going to be identifying what is causing pressure on your end. Identify what is making you feel the way you feel. Identify what is burdening you. What is that thing that is burdening your heart, burdening your mind, burdening your behavior? Everything of yours has changed because of that feeling that you're having. What is that? If you identify that is causing you feel the way you feel, that is causing you feel stressed, you're already going to start managing it because you have identified it. Because you cannot manage what you have not identified. You must know what is causing the happening, what is causing the pressure for now if we're talking about stress. You must understand it and then be ready to manage it. Then we have also doing the regular exercise. Some people manage stress by jogging, swimming, going for dance, jumping, playing football, people are doing certain things, certain activities, exercises regularly that are helping them to manage stress. And that is very true. People are managing stress, people are changing mood swings, people are changing their actions after doing the exercise that they decide to. It improves their mood and reduces tension. What reduces tension? The regular exercises. It depends on the type of stress that you have. All right? And then we are looking at a health lifestyle. If you have been, for example, diagnosed through the hospital and you're supposed to adhere to a certain diet, remember the diet here, all the health is affected and you are diagnosed and then you are guided on what to do. You're going to eat a balanced diet, you're going to limit caffeine and alcohol, Then the hours of sleep daily. That is after diagnosis, because the doctor has always guide. It depends which type of stress. This is not general. The points are not attached to every cause of stress, but they are attached to any cause of stress type that you may be facing. Then relaxation technique or enjoyable activity. Someone who has a hobby, or you have soccer fan, let's go and love football. Meditation and mindfulness, deep breathing exercise, it also works. It relieves the breathing and out exercise. It relieves a lot on your mind and the brain. It is very good. Then progressive muscle relaxation. Someone can also use it to manage stress. Then there is another point, which is time management. Prioritize your tasks. Do not overpile a lot of things on you that you're going to have them fixed. So you can go ahead and look into your energy for that particular day, then schedule a little that you can be able to close that day. To avoid the pressure, there are tasks that you're going to prioritize and then give your time that particular priority that you have set. Then set realistic goals. Weesuubize oba realistic ky'ekintu ky'okkiririza nti osobola okukikola, osobola okkihiitinga. Set a goal that is realistic. If it's a short-term goal and then you say in 3 years I must have hit ABCD, I must have saved to this amount. Give something that is realistic so that you don't go to pressure over something that you have not met. You set a target and you fail to hit it and you're driving yourself into pressure. Yeah? So set realistic goals. Then avoid procrastination, which is procrastination is prolonging something that you wanted to do. You keep extending it. I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it the next day, maybe I'll complete it next week. You're going to start giving yourself stress, pressure, because every time you set the time, you're not hitting it. Every time you could wish to do something, you keep postponing. Delaying or postponing tasks that need to be done. It will cause you stress. Because pressure go nyine gwogenda ojewa olw'okusuubiza ebintu gwe wennyini n'otabituukiriza n'otandika okubyongerangayo buli kaseera. Lwe bali kyetaaga oba lwoli kyetaaga ng'okyewadde ku luno obudde bwe sikikola, what will happen? Kijja wali ku realistic goal bw'oba togiseetinze, then you're going to end up doing this. You're going to procrastinate everything. I think that is the word. Yes. And then we are going to social support. Social support is osobola okwogerako n'emikwano gyo, osobola okwogerako ne counselors, osobola okwogerako n'abafamily ku ngeri gy'owuliramu, ku mbeera ebeeriwo, ngeri gy'owuliramu n'engeri gy'osuubira gye bayinza okuyambako okumanaginga ekyo kiba kituuseewo. Osobola okuba tonafuna zadde ekikuwa stress, nga wetaaga okwogerako ne baklaje, ababuulizi b'enjiri, ababuulizi b'ekigambo, okuzzaamu amaanyi, okujjukiza nti Katonda akola. Era obeere n'essuubi mu ggwe because kigenda kukuwa stress. Ebirala byonna bisobola okuba nga byangu naye nga oli kyayinamu stress kyekyokuba nga ayagaliza dde oba having a child. So you can feel free to talk to the clergy, all the people that you think can understand you to manage what you're going through. Then you share concerns and seek support whenever needed. We are going to look at a positive thinking because wali mu causes tuyogeddeko ku negative mind. Omuntu okuba n'endowooza nga buli kaseera yeesigamye ku kibi ekiri mu kintu ekyo ne bw'aba tannakituukiza ne bw'aba ateebereza okukikola nga ye alabamu naye singa tekiyitamu. Naye singa ne gundi akola bw'ati ne bigaana, naye gundi yabigezaako ne bigaana nga gwe ever you are negative on everything. Abantu ne bakuyitako kubaako bye bakola nga gwe kyali mu negative mind. Kati wano okumanaginga stress tugamba positive thinking. Focusing on solutions rather than the problem. Omuntu alina the positive mind be bantu ababeera optimistic. be bantu abalowooza positively on everything kino kisoboka bwe nkiddamu nsobola okukola better bwe nkigezaako ogwokubiri nsobola okukituukiriza be bantu abalina eddowooza eri positive nga someone does not look at the negative side of the situation, but they are looking at as a done situation, a situation that they have maneuvered, a situation that they have healed from, a situation that they have managed. All right? So, if someone has a positive thinking, they are going to practice gratitude and self-encouragement. So, omuntu bw'abanga yeezaamu amaanyi nga ye nga kimanyi bulungi nti kino kiriwo kaseera, because I positively think this is a situation. This is just something that has happened 3 or 2 days or 1 hour. I'm out of it. I am better. I'm standing again. Self-esteem gye twogeddeko wali mu causes singa eba eri wansi omuntu ono tasobola kukola ki kuba na gratitude agenda sigala buli kaseera yeekubagiza. So we are saying positive mind about the positive thinking egenda kukuyamba okutunuulira solution than the problem. So tulina n'ekirala ekiyinza okuyamba to manage stress kye tuyita professional help. Osobola okuba nga olina embeera mw'oyita nga olina ebikusoomooza bingi nga weetaaga kulaba kansala, nga weetaaga kulaba psychologist, nga weetaaga kulaba omuntu yenna asobola okukuyamba ku ekyo ky'obeera oyitamu ng'akuwuliriza buwuliriza oba n'okuyamba financially. Ebiseera bisinga okusirika ffeka tekituyamba oba tekisolovinga buzibu singa tubeera nga tulumwa. Wano ku UNCAVE tuli determined okudismantlinga stigma mu parenting, mu mental health ne mu relationship struggles. So tubawa ddembe okukola ki okwogerako naawe. Stress eno eri normal mu bulamu. Stress is normal part of life, but effective management is essential for maintaining physical, mental health by adopting a healthy habit, relaxation techniques, and seeking support when needed. Individuals can reduce stress and improve their overall quality of life. Bwe ntegeera ekinstressinga ne nnoonya engeri gye nkimanagingamu ne making sure nkimanaginga towards the approach of recovery kigenda kunnyamba. Lwaki omuntu yandikoze bino? Lwaki omuntu yali manages the stress? Lwaki omuntu yalifuddeyo nnyo to manage the stress? Because bwe managing stress kigenda kunnyambako processing through the recovery, because it is a stress, then management, then recovery, then growth. Growth is when everything is back to normal. I'm able to stand on my own. I'm able to identify the stress pattern and then I work on it. Yeah. So we are looking at why could it be important for me to identify the cause that I'm affecting with, and then I work on managing it. Because the impact of stress will be reduced. In most cases, if you don't identify what is causing the stress, you are standing chances to actually go to the bigger issues that come up with the stress. Stress comes with a lot of things if it's not managed properly. Maybe some other time we shall also talk about the stress stages and maybe stress types. Is it types or stages? We shall maybe come and discuss something about that. Kati stress stress bwefuuka excessive oba prolonged stress esobola okuaffecting our physical, emotional and mental well-being. So there are certain effects of stress. There are effects that stress comes with. They are physical, they are emotional, and they are behavioral. So under the physical, this is where we are finding people getting fatigued, people getting headache, people getting sleepless nights. We are seeing high blood pressure. We are seeing people being so silent and reserved, because that is something that is physical. Someone who used to be charming, someone used to share. This time they are not sharing, they are not going out, they are not discussing issues with you, they are not actually happy. So that is physical. You can be able to tell through the physical approach. Then we are having emotional effects, anxiety, irritability, depression, mood swings. You know, if someone is stressed, The way there changes, the mood changes. Everything small pisses them off. They are depressed. You know, depression, we discussed about this in detail in one of our segments. Then there are behavioral effects or behavioral conditions as well. The poor concentration. We have reduced productivity. If someone has been a person working, hitting targets every day, this time around they are less performing. And then you ask yourself, what's happening? If someone is stressed, you can be able to check through their behavior. There was unhealthy eating. Every time the loss of appetite, I'm not hungry, I'll eat later. Because when they order something, chances are they are not going to finish this because they are not okay mentally or physically or emotionally. All right, and then there's the social withdrawal. Social withdrawal can look like point number 1, where we said being reserved and so silent. There's substance abuse. Some people deal with the stress when they are doing a substance abuse, either drinking, either cigarette smoking. Anything that someone does that is substantial can be an abuse, and someone is trying to you can be able to sense that this person is stressed. If someone has not been a drunkard or someone has not been drinking completely, and then they start ordering a Guinness or club, and then you're like, what is happening? And someone is looking at this as a solution because it's coming from the stress they're feeling. So it's an effect that is coming from stress. Stress is active, not necessarily bad. There is some times where in smaller amounts, stress can motivate us to act, solve problems, and achieve goals. Maintaining functionality, okusigala mu bulamu bwo nga obutonde bwabwo. Functioning of yourself, functioning of dreams, your goals, your dream, your goal, your potentials, everything that you think you can do. If the stress is clearly managed, you're able to stand and then go ahead and do everything you're planning to do. If it's not managed, it's going to put you down and you're standing chances of not actually recovering as fast as possible. Then we are looking at preventing a burnout. Exactly. Then we also have a point where you make better decisions under pressure. You know, when someone is stressed, under the stress period, if someone is having this, there are decisions that we make that are beneficial and that are non-beneficial. Wakati mu stress tusobola okukoleramu decisions ennungi n'embi. Mulimu abantu ababeera ku pressure ne bakola decisions ne zibayamba. Nembamu abantu ababeera ku pressure ne bakola decisions ne zibaziika. So gwogenda kweyamba otya okola decision ekuyamba kwe kumanaginga stress yo. Because stress yo tegenda kuba nga teriiwo. It is inevitable. It will happen depending on the cause that has caused the stress. So wano omuntu oyinza kwetunulamu gwe wennyini nnyini n'ogamba osobola okwebuuzaamu kiki empulira mu nze, like what kind of stress do I feel? How do I feel? How am I coping with the way I feel? What health coping skills am I using to help myself? That is someone who doesn't want to share with anyone and they are willing to recover on their own. Understand what is causing your stress right now. Understand which stress you can control, because if you realize that what you're going through, you cannot manage it or control yourself on it, please seek support. Please go for professional help. If you realize that you are currently coping, or if you are currently coping on stress but you are not recovering, you need the professional help. So after all this that has been briefly discussed, this does not mean that this is the big picture or this is the overall summary of stress. It's a big topic. But we're just discussing a brief of this mental health issue so that someone can be able to identify what can be happening and then they recover or work on themselves. So next segment, we shall be discussing recovery of stress. Please stay tuned in as we enjoy the segment together. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.
Do you want to gain new employable skills? Come Come enroll for postgraduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, professional accountancy diplomas, and higher educational certificates. Apply now. Multitech Business School, we are located at Sapolo Kagwa Road, Kampala Campus, Kachiri Campus, and Hoima Campus. Multitech Business School, enabling excellence.